What are you doing?
Do you trust me?
Ah! What the fuck?
What's up, guys? It's Benny. The future of the Democrat Party, Jasmine Crocket, who is a rising star and some speculate may be the next president of the United States, has a sound economic policy that goes like this. Black people are not allowed to be farmers. Got it? Here we go.
We are a country of immigrants.
Right.
The fact is, ain't none of y'all trying to go and farm right now. Okay, so I'm lying. Raise your hands. You're not. We done picking cotton. We are. That's enough to find a plantation.
I know that's right.
We're done picking cotton, you see. Leading to headlines like this from the Babylon Bee, Jasmine Crocket floats down the mighty Mississippi to purchase fresh shipment of Mexican slaves. Get in there and get my tomatoes. Well, Jasmine Crockett is going to have to learn to do something because she's not going to be a member of Congress for much longer. I think Jasmine Crockett is potentially set to be picking up a orange jumpsuit if the new criminal probe into how she won her congressional seat turns out to be fraud. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to jump into that. But first, a little bit of context about Jasmine Crockett. And maybe all of this is really coming together because we've seen this representative lash out against reporters in the U.S. House of Representatives. Look here. This is one of Laura Loomer's reporters. And Jasmine Crockett claws at them, right? The claws at their phone. What a psychopath. We've seen her pathologically change her accent.
No
None of
one
it makes any sense.
That when I went down to Austin, now it looks like a little bit over a year ago, that I would be running for Congress. It's just not what my plan was. But what I've always decided is that I would step up when there was a need.
Listen, he up there, he's hearing all kinds of nonsense and bullshit. Let me just be real. And we weren't gonna sit for that shit. We wouldn't, you know.
How does somebody this inauthentic and fraudulent and fake end up winning and becoming a star in the Democrat Party unless there's something else happening here? Was Jasmine Crockett selected in order to win a specific seat, in order to fill a specific demographic for the Democrat Party, a DEI hire, you could call it, and she's playing the part? And what would you call that? Fraud. And what do we know now about the way that Democrats have won probably dozens, if not hundreds of congressional seats? Fraud. This from the New York Times. ActBlue, the Democrat fundraising powerhouse, faces internal chaos. 7 senior officials have left the group. Deep concerns about the future confront scrutiny from congressional Republicans. Congressional Republicans are saying that they've uncovered fraud on ActBlue. If you're unfamiliar, ActBlue is the fundraising 800-pound gorilla for the Democrat Party. Without ActBlue, the Democrats can't raise money. It is a massive data collection and financial services for the Democrat Party. And again, they would be completely broken and destitute without them. ActBlue in turmoil. Mysteriously, 7 top executives have left in the past 3 weeks, several of whom have all been there more than a decade. None of them will explain why they left. The last remaining lawyer at ActBlue's general counsel office has been locked out of their email and put on leave after sending internal messages that we have a whistleblower policies for a reason to union representatives, and ActBlue's employees are openly questioning the group's stability, calling the situation alarming, and they're demanding the hiring of an independent investigator. More than $16 billion has passed through ActBlue in the last 20 years. What could they possibly be hiding? Ladies and gentlemen, Elon Musk has regularly posted about this as he looks for fraud. He quote tweeted James O'Keefe. How does ActBlue commit fraud? They use the names and addresses of real Americans who aren't donors to Democrats, but they funnel money, small donations, through those addresses. And when you line up tens of thousands of addresses, you're able to then funnel millions, if not billions of dollars from China, from Saudi Arabia, I don't know from where, but you can funnel enormous amounts of money in relatively small donations by using the fraudulent information of legitimate voters here in America. What happens is that James O'Keefe goes up and asks these voters, did you actually donate $70,000 to Kamala Harris? And they're like, what are you talking about? $70,000 in $500 increments over the last 10 years. Here, this individual, this little old lady living in this this humble home, apparently donated $20,000 to Democrats in 1,000 individual donations. And she says, what are you talking about? I've never donated to Democrats here. Elon Musk saying ActBlue has committed massive fraud. Well, that's what's going on at ActBlue. So that's the precursor here, okay, to the news about Jasmine Crocket. Democrat Representative Jasmine Crocket is now under investigation by the FEC over donations made to her campaign through leftist fundraising organization ActBlue. Evidence reportedly shows that an individual donated to her campaign over 50 times without their knowledge, suggesting the donations were being given under a false name. Crockett received $870,000 through ActBlue. That's a lot of money. Let's read the news. Federal Elections Commission opened an investigation into Jasmine Crocket regarding donations for her 2024 campaign made through ActBlue. The Coolidge-Reagan Foundation conservative advocacy group made the FEC complaint. On April 2nd, the FEC notified them that they were opening up an investigation. The respondents will be notified of the complaint within 5 business days. You'll be notified as soon as the Federal Election Commission takes final action on the client's complaint. You should receive information, forward it to the Office of the General Counsel. The FEC opened an investigation. There is a process. They are investigating. The complaints reference a specific donor who gave 53 separate donations, totaling $595 to Crockett's campaign through ActBlue portal. The suspected donor was a 73-year-old Texas resident named Randy Best, according to the FEC complaint. However, Best's wife, in a video promoted by one of Crockett's opponents, denied knowing anything about the donations. The complaint contends that this possibility means that this was a fraudulent donation and there may be criminal liabilities. The bigger picture here is that Crockett's campaign received close to $1 million in total donations from ActBlue, and ActBlue is under federal investigation for fraud at scale. Representative Crockett, through her principal campaign committee, has received thousands of donations from ActBlue, totaling $870,000 in FEC. The FEC complaint says it's unclear how many of these similarly fraudulent transactions were made in the name of unsuspecting innocent people who did not actually provide the funds. So you can go ahead and watch his video here. He walks up to the lady's house and she's like, I have never donated to Jasmine Crocket, but it says that you donated 50 times. Well, what if all of her donors are fake? Do you understand how quickly the house of cards falls? What if all of her donors are fake and they funneled $1 million to her to win? Let me see. Someone donated Jasmine Crockett's campaign 50 times. They raised nearly $1 million. Their donors did not know they were donating. And now we have to investigate to see if she should be expelled from Congress. ActBlue is a money laundering scheme. Democrats are a domestic terror group. Jasmine Crocket is a criminal. Fraud. Jasmine Crocket really wants you to know, ladies and gentlemen, that deportations is why we can't afford homes.
So I am telling you that this is a failed thing, but we've got to do better to connect the dots and let people know the reason you can't afford a home is because of these failed immigration policies. The reason you're not going to be able to afford your food is because of these failed immigration policies. And the same can go for the hospitality industries where we have so.
You can't afford a home because we're deporting the people who are here illegally, taking all the homes. Got it? Something tells me that Jasmine Crocket may definitely be committing fraud, some type of major financial fraud. If this is the level of math that's being done in her skull, then yes, this is a major problem. Okay, so why not investigate on a state level? Ken Paxton has the legal authority to investigate allegations of improper funds sent to Jasmine Crocket. Obviously, you have no friends in the state of Texas. She called the wheelchair-bound governor of Texas, Governor Hot Wheels. Right? Elon Musk saying an investigation has found 5 ActBlue funded groups responsible for the Tesla protests. Would you look at that? So there is a major motivation to make sure that this gets shut down. And I certainly hope that it does, even though I will miss headlines like this. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. Jasmine Crocket for president. See ya.